Hello there everyone, this is Soul17 here. Let me first, as usual, do not use picture, not pay video. Alright, okay. So, here's the thing. I basically just watched the few episodes I had left before Metal Master. And we're gonna, I remember what I did. I took the Poison Serpent from, his name wasn't Dante, it was something else. So I'm gonna look at that now. Renji, Naruto took his bay. He's gonna still have a poison serpent, but Naruto has two bays now. He also fought Ryuga. He got access to the Sage of Six Paths for this fight. He went KCM, and some people say because it's a bay, the Shidori with Naruto, or should I say Kurama's, he should be able to move 10 times faster. Yes, but the Shidori was incomplete, because of, I do agree with that person. It should be able to move 10 times faster. But it's a incomplete Shidori. It's not there yet. So, and then we ended it with Ryuga and Naruto passing out due to exhaustion. Well, yeah. So, let's just get on to the video. So, this is what Naruto was in Bayblade Metal Fusion. Alright. So, as Naruto's coming to, he sees a bright light, but he's in his mindscape. He goes, what happened? As, Kurama's still in the cage, because the cage was back to forming, he goes, easy. Somehow we broke the cage, and we activated power far beyond what we ever had before Naruto. Kurama, it was the Sage of Six Paths that did it, wasn't it? As he goes, yes. A good old father of mine helped us out. It looks like also Ryuga was able to use the Shidori. But we're still trying to perfect that move. As Naruto goes, yeah. Zeus really likes to play us, doesn't he? It just made it more fun. Man, how much power do we even have? It doesn't matter how many times we fight. It's like, no matter who the opponent is, our power just keeps on growing and growing. Also, did you notice about the Bay, how when it's like the Nine Tails were glowing, Kurama nods and he basically goes, I saw. For some reason, the attack power went up exponentially. Also, Ryuga's Bay changed. It was different. It wasn't absorbing any negative emotions. It was absorbing the attack power when it was hit. I think it had some rubber to do with it. As Naruto goes, yeah. There are some bays with rubber, I learned from Doka. And maybe we should add that into us. Into, Biju Kurama. Well, you. The Bay version of you. And, when it spins the left rotation, we can have it, spin steel. As Naruto just says, and Kurama goes, it seems like you understand this world better than our own. As Naruto just kind of scratched the back of his head, he goes like, well, this is a little bit way more fun than ninja training. I mean, a Bay and its blade are working together to get stronger. But for us, it's working off each other to get stronger. As Kurama, does bring out his fist, and Naruto pounds it, and he goes, and Kurama says, yeah, we're the ultimate partner. But it's time for you to wake up. Everyone's worried. Also, Ryuga's there. As Naruto goes, right. Talk to you later, Kurama. As, he leaves the mindscape. As when he does, two people arrive. The Sage of Six Paths and Minato Namikaze. And, Crown goes, old man, Minato, how you guys been? Minato says, I've been fine. It looks like you've been helping out my son. Thank you. He goes, if the kid dies, I die. But we became friends, so it's alright. As, the sage, the sage of six paths is happy. He goes, I also changed the look of the bay. Now you have six metal balls inside the fusion wheel. Zeus told me about this. As Kurama's eye shot, he goes like, "Wait, you knew about the, you knew about Zeus?" He goes, "Kurama, wherever you go, and along with your brothers and sisters, I always know. So when you came here, I talked to Zeus, and I decided to give you a little bit more help. Your bay will, you'll evolve your bay even more now." And now you even have a bay called Orochi. One bay of snake and one of a fox. What's next? A slug? Or a toad? As Kurama just laughs at this, he goes, Father, that bay Orochi. It's like Orochimaru, but different. I changed the bay to be more, less destructive. I even had it where it would actually spin, but the attack power is less. Every attack the bay would, hit it. The enemy bay would hit it, hit Orochi. It'll steal its strength, slowly drain it like a poison. So it's still, the name is still poison, but it's not serpent. It's Orochi. As the sage says, excellent job, excellent job, Kurama. Now, I must be going. And Lord Fourth, Hokage, goes, yes. Sage of Six Paths, he goes, unlock the gate. Which, he goes, what? But I nearly took all my chakra to, make it again, as Kurama is no threat to Naruto. And it's better off he learns how to control this power now than later on. And which, he nods. And so, the sage just, so Minato opens up the cage. And as Kurama says, I would not leave Naruto no matter what. He is the only friend I have. No. He is the only person that accepts me for right now. So I will never leave his side, Minato. Do not worry. As Minato says, thank you. And, fades away. But, before he does, Kurama does grab his the version of him, the chakra version, and it says, and you will still be here. Which Sage of Six Paths and Minato don't understand, but then all of a sudden, an overwhelming chakra aura comes off of Minato now, and he goes, but you're a part of my chakra network now, Minato. Your remnants of your chakra, I mean. You'll be able to tell Naruto, or talk to him, help him out whenever he needs it. He needs to have somebody in his life besides Jiraiya, or, Iruka and Kakashi, and his friends. He needs to at least have a father in his life. I tried my best, but that's all I can do. As Minato says, thank you. As then, Caesar Six Paths is shocked by this, but then smiles, and then leaves. And so, when Naruto wakes up, he sees Jinka, Madoka, Benkei, Kyoya, Hikaru, hold on. I just had to check if I was gonna get his name right. Hyoma, Kenta, and Tsubasa. As, he's in the infirmary, and basically he goes, hey guys, what's up? As Jinka goes, Naruto, are you alright? What was that? He was, well, just a big battle between two bladers and clashing spirits. And he goes, no, I mean, what was that between you and Ryuga? You two seemed like you were battling to death almost, it seemed like. As Naruto goes, no, we just wanted to give our all. That's all. As Kyoto says, how much power do you even have, Naruto? As Naruto just says, a lot actually. It's pretty hard to control. Was that when, so basically then Hyoma asked, was that when you're all out? Going all out at least? He goes, no, not really. I still need to get stronger. A lot stronger. I need to make sure I'm able to become so strong that even when I go back to my world, I can never be defeated by the people who are after me. As Ryuga lets go over his perspective, he's still, sleeping, in his mind, as he hears the voice of El Drago, as El Drago is talking to him, telling him about how he wants only destruction and darkness. But now he's seen something within both of them, and in Naruto and Kurama, a blader who has unmatched potential and power, and in which he sees in Naruto, and in Ryuga he only saw a pawn that would be used, but now he sees a true blader that can control him, expel all the dark energy within him to unlock his true power. And so he vows to Ryuga that we will, after this, we will make sure we get stronger to unlock our true potential, partner. And then Ryuga does say, of course, we will make you the strongest bear in the world. But for right now, as basically, El Drago says, you know what you must do. You know what we must do. As he nods and he goes, we must continue this path we started and lose to Jinga Hagane. That is all, right? As El Drago nods. And a slight smirk comes on El Drago. And he says, it has been a very, very long time since I found someone like you. And then Ryuga wakes up. And he basically goes, that hurt. As everyone looks and Naruto goes, hey, Ryuga. Finally awake, huh? It looks like we did a real number on the stadium and the surrounding area, right? As Ryuga just chuckles, goes, yeah, we did, Naruto. That was a pretty impressive battle we did. Yeah, but Naruto does say, but he goes, but it looks like I may be disqualified for interfering with Hikaru's fight. As not El Drago, as Ryuga says, now in Doji, he's probably gonna disqualify you. But are you fine with that? As Naruto just says, yeah, I already took someone's bay. I ruined his plan, so he's probably gonna make another poison serpent. In which, he does ask for his bay, which Jinga goes over, both of his bays, Jinga goes over and hands them. He then, puts Biju Kurama in one hand, and then, or Poison Orochi in another one. He goes, this is really gonna be interesting when I battle somebody with this. Hey, Ryuga, you're healed, let's have a battle again. It was really fun. As everyone looks at him but didn't he? Nah, he didn't steal none of my strength, actually. None of my blade or spirit. As Jingo looks at Ryuga and asks him, is that even possible? As Ryuga just says, of course it was, Jinga. I couldn't steal his base strength or his negative emotion because he wasn't having it at the time. Also, his bay was spinning to the left, So what you think happened? Both our powers were canceling out each other. As in Naruto does say, yeah, but then near the end, I kind of was having Kurama spin to the right, or at the beginning. I was too much into the battle to even remember. As then Ryuga just started laughing. It goes like, "Man, who knew such a guy like you can even have this much power? Looks like I'm gonna have to increase my training after this battle. This battle bladers is over." As Naruto and Ryuga look at each other, as everyone feels this tension in the air. It's uneasy. As then Ryuga holds up El Drago. As then Naruto holds up Kurama. And basically, El Drago says to Kurama, "We are your rivals. You and Naruto are both mine and Ryuga's rival. From now on, Jinga Hagane is our second. You are the main, the one we will defeat someday. Understand this, Biju Kurama." As Kurama just snickers at this, he goes, "I am a tail beast. You can never harm me. A dragon that is weaker than me will never hurt me." As a power radiating, coming off of both bays and onto basically Naruto and Ryuga. As then Doji comes in on cue, just seeing this overwhelming power enveloping the room, as it's shocking to him, as he thinks both players were in a bad state, and both of them have still this much power after only a little bit of rest. Ryuga I can understand, but this boy Naruto. As Naruto finally notices Doji, he goes, "Yo, Doji, looks like I'm disqualified, right?" As he goes, "Yes, you did ruin one blader's fight, and you interfered in another one, so you are disqualified. I could have allowed, if you didn't just interfere with Hikaru's fight with Ryuga, I would have allowed you to stay in, or should I say, I did. But now we have to make a whole new bay for Renji Serpent, Poison Serpent." He was like, "Yeah, because Poison Orochi will basically outclass him easily." In which this kind of makes him mad a little bit, Doji, and he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Here." As he throws, he basically just tosses Orochi to Doji, basically. As then he can just see the total difference, the weighting, the basically the fusion wheel, the performance tip, the I have to get this, but the middle part, that helps out with the base spinning. Yeah, I can't remember it. But yeah, everything changed. It's like, how are you able to change a bait like this? So like it's natural. That's my little secret. Now, can I? As then Ryuga gets up and walks over to Doji and checks it out. He goes, I see. This is why it still is called Poison Orochi. Your bay will spin to the right, but it's able to take away the bay's strength by its attack power. Any bay will basically lose to this. Heck, if you actually use the rubble or the attack in walls before it becomes a ring out, the bay will actually gain strength either from them. Impressive, Naruto, as he basically tosses Orochi over to Naruto. As he catches it, he goes, "He ruined the fun. I was gonna basically try to battle you with this again. Battle you again with Orochi." As then Ryuga says, I'm actually surprised, and actually I want to see how strong you are. He goes, yeah, the only thing I can't change is the dark move. But it actually is a different type of dark move. As everyone's talking about, even Doji and Ryuga. And he goes, a dark move? He goes, well, I mean, Jinga knows why I can make this probably, as he nods. And, well, he goes, but what type of dark move will it be? He goes, I have to make it, though. I have it in my mind. I just have to make it. So, yeah. Anyways, I think we all should get ready for the fight. You know, our battles. Well, everyone else besides me. As they nod. And so, when the fights get switched around for the second matches, it is Benkei versus Kyoya. Benkei loses, but Kyoya, technically it was a little bit mad because Naruto was disqualified. Next was next match was Renji versus Kenta, but they had to switch it up a little bit because they have to wait it. So then it's Ryuga and basically Tsubasa, but they have to wait to the next day to do this. But so after Benkei's Kyo's match, Ryuga was just watching. He was, oh, then are weak compared to me. As Naruto Pure goes, yeah, but it's still a lot of fun to battle them. You get to see how strong they become. You learn from them, learn how to take them down. No matter how many times you fight, a Bay battle is all about having fun. Like what we were doing, right? As Ryuga just says, yeah, I got to admit with you now, Naruto. You're the only one that ever made me see this. So, while you're here, it goes like, I know what the Dark Nebula's gonna do. Feed the other bladers that lost to, well, me, Jinga, and my friends, to you, to El Drago. They're making another poison serpent to then hurt you. When he asks you for help, please help him. As Ryuga just nods, he goes, it's only because you asked me. That is all. I'll help him. And I'll have him leave. I'll have him be leaving the the Dark Nebula by orders of me. Alright? He goes, thank you, Ryuga. And so, Ryuga just asks Naruto, tell me more about yourself. Truly. When we were fighting, I felt something. You've been through so much, and yet you're able to still smile. How? As Naruto just says, well, this is a long story that you may want to be in our room to hear, so come on. As they're, walking away, Doji notices this, even Jinga, Kenta, Madoka, well, the whole entire friend group. And so they go into a room, still in the stadium area, and Doji, went with Jinga and his friends to listen to this. And they ask why he's coming. He goes, I just want to know why Naruto Uzumaki is so strong. As Naruto begins the story of his father's death, the day he was born, how someone wrecked the village that he lived in, then about how he was treated. He was treated like a monster. They thought he literally was the reincarnation, or was the spirit of the nine-tailed fox. He just told Ryuga, told him about the pain and the sorrow that he felt every day, every minute, and how he hated that village a little, and how everyone treated him. Even how when his friend went to fight for power, go to this man called Orochimaru, In which he goes, wait, isn't that... Then Naruto says, yes, that's why I named the bay Orochi. It's to do with snakes, and he's a snake. So yeah. And then he asks, why does this Orochimaru want your friend Sasuke then? He goes, his body. His eyes, mostly. He wants a Uchiha body to get the eyes of the Sharingan. There's a jutsu, not a bay at all, as he says, because he did explain. Bays don't exist in my world. Only jutsus was his chakra, which all tail beasts are part of, well, made of. That includes the nine tails. So, yeah, that's how he could be sealed inside of me. He does say that too. But chakra will basically go into Sasuke's body as then he takes it over. He becomes Sasuke Uchiha. So, yeah. He's trying to get eternal life also, so sucks. And I fought my friend. It nearly killed me. I got Shidori piercing my, well, almost piercing my lung. It went into my shoulder. As Ryuga and El Drago scream out, how could you laugh at that? And he just says, because my life isn't bad as I thought. Imagine your whole entire clan dying, slaughtered by your own brother. But then you find out, or should I say, you're gonna find out something. As basically Naruto knows this sinking feeling about his brother Itachi. As Ryuga just says, what do you mean? He goes like, it didn't add up about Itachi. It just, I heard that he wanted to, protect the village, but put the village first before his clan. That's what he said. When I chat with him one time, he even said to me, "Always be friends with my brother." Please, Naruto Uzumaki. And I nod, and I try. And that's when I heard about the attack on the Uchiha complex. So I think it's something else that happened. As Ryuga sits back down and understands something, doesn't understand, but understands what Naruto's coming from. He goes, all right, I got it. So that's your life, huh? But then how did you come here? Well, when I was packing up to go on to a training for 3 years, I was transported here. I can't say how or why. I was I can, but there are people outside listening to us like Doji. So, as Ryuga nods. But then Naruto just writes it down. Like, he gets out a piece of paper, pencil, and writes it down immediately. And Ryuga reads goes, save this world, help save this world, and fight a great evil that's not you. He says, fight a god. As Ryuga eyes widen, then he asks, is this why you need to become so strong? Naruto nods. Then Ryuga basically crumbles up the paper, throws it to Naruto, and then, with a little bit of Kurama's chakra, it starts burning away. He goes, well, now you know. So, now you know my story. See ya, Ryuga. As Naruto, just walks to the door, open it, and just goes to the right. As Ryuga comes out of the room, he says, Doji, we're going. He goes, right, Ryuga. Yeah, so after that, they give Renji a new Serpent Bay. Exact same way, exact same look. So they, while though, Ryuga deals with all the people that lost, he also take care. Well, he watches Renji versus Yu. Yu is pleading to stop it, as then he looks at Ryuga, as Ryuga just look as then he he basically sees in Ryuga's eyes, this is Yu's perspective, that he will not help him, as then he basically still cries, and all you hear is saying, "Let it rip," as El Drago goes at Poison Serpent and just stopping it. As Renji goes, "What?" As he looks at Doji, I said, "That's enough of this, Doji. This is a waste of time." As then he looks at you, goes, "You take your bay and get out of here. You are no longer a part of this, the Dark Nebula. Get out of here." As you nods and takes Libra and gets out of there. As Doji goes, "Ryuga, why was that? For what was that for?" He was like, "It's easy." He just says like if he goes to he becomes friends with Jinga and then tell them what happened, shows them his bait, have them a little bit more brings their spirits up so that way we can crush them and take them when I take all their power. And Doji goes, that's an excellent idea. My apologies, Ryuga, for, yelling at you. He goes, it's no problem, as, El Drago comes back. And then he leaves. And then the next day, it's, Kenta does, see what happens to you and Libra. He does take, Libra's performance tip. The same thing happens, like in canon. And, well, with then Ryuga versus Tsubasa, same thing happens, but he does not steal he does steal a little bit. I mean, only how can I say this right? He does steal the energy of Tsubasa. Try to at least take this much because he does commend him. Even El Drago was surprised that this blader and his bay had this much power. So he just says, "We only take a little." And that's what they do. They don't take his full blader spirit, but he does go. He does he does have enough to wear and to be the way he was, and his baby and launch into the ground with his ultimate attack. Well, no, his special move, Emperor, dark move, Dark Dragon Emperor by strike. So yeah. Naruto just watching it, and he just smiles. He didn't run to Tsubasa right away. He does run, but he jumps over the ledge, as Jinga and everyone's going like Tsubasa. So yeah, so Jinga get them to the room to Tsubasa, as Hikaru looking at Naruto asking why didn't he not interfere, as he just says, "I guess after the fight with Ryuga, when I fought him in your place, I think Ryuga and El Drago changed." As they all look at him and go like, "What? What do you mean?" Jinga says, and he just says simply, "Just a gut feeling, that's all. Well, see ya." As he leaves, and, so, and basically, before he goes, he does go over to Kenta and heals, his bay. Shocked, because he did not know he could heal this much extent. That's what everyone thought, but Naruto knew. He goes, any injury I can heal myself with. But since I'm also helping out healing the bay, I've been doing it for a while, I thought it also works the same way. So you're welcome, Kenta. And then he leaves. Tsubasa still will have his thing in Metal Master, so yeah, don't worry everyone. So anyway, so everything's going similar. It's just Naruto does not interfere. He's already done enough, and he can't do it because he's not part of the tournament no more. So when so basically, Yu does still get kidnapped by the Dark Nebula. Jinga's having his fight with Renji. That goes the same way. He wins still. But with the Dark Nebula, we're going to only focus on that because Naruto's going to go help. So when Yu and Hyomo basically, sees him, sees basically Yu gets kidnapped, they run over to Madoka and, Naruto, which, Hikaru's there. But, so, Naruto does get a little bit angry, and his eyes flicker a little bit red, as Hikaru goes like, what the? As he goes, oh, did I mention this happens? Sorry about that, Hikaru. She goes, it's no problem. And then, well, they said we need to make a plan. As Naruto says, me, Hyomo, and Kenta go help save you, while you two stay back. As Hikaru says, I'm not gonna stay. As he goes, he just looks at her. He goes, look, we have to, give Jinga support and help him out if needed. All right. I have 2 bays. That means I could focus on 2 battles at once. Because I could also, do a shadow clone. A multi-shadow clone. So, please understand this, Hikaru. As she says, fine, you guys just better bring him back and don't lose. As he says, we won't. So they run off to the Dark Nebula. And so, stuff goes similar. Kenta does help out Hyomo with the fights. Naruto does break off and goes and fights Doji. This time instead of Kenta. As he goes, hello there, Naruto. I'm surprised that you were able to even stand a chance against Ryuga. Even not having your power stolen. Even having his Bay and him go far beyond the normal reaches that we had anything planned. I must commend you for that. And I must destroy you. And so Naruto gets out of Orochi. And he goes, you'll try, but you'll never win against me. I'm too strong for you. You should know this. If I'm able to go against Ryuga, that should mean that you're never gonna be a match for me. As Doji just says, we'll see about that. As they both launches their bays, as Naruto just says, Orochi, just stay there. As Doji's like, what? Dark Wolf, attack! As, basically, the more attacks are being hit. As he goes, what's wrong? Are you losing your nerve already? As he goes, no. This is what I like to call a little bit of a strategy. And basically you'll see the outcome of this as Doji's he's basically going all out in this one. Instead of with Phoenix. So he's going all out. Hyomo and Kenta, get over there. They see, basically Orochi getting beaten as they think. As Kenta goes, Naruto, why are you letting your, Orochi get hurt like this? As he goes, did you guys forget, this idiot over here? As Doji goes, what? As he starts to notice that his Bay, wobbling a little bit. He goes like, what the? He goes, while you kept on attacking, my Bay stole your power. So basically, it's the poison that took effect already. You just didn't realize until it was too late. So, let me show you a little bit of a special move. And he goes, what the? He goes, dark move. As this green energy coming off of Naruto that has a little bit of purple in it, he goes, dark spear. As in all of a sudden, a spear of darkness comes around Orochi and Dark Wolf. And basically the whole entire area, which only Doji and Naruto are in, and Kenta and Hyomo. Phoenix does come over, does see this, and he's wondering, what the? As everyone's wondering what's happening, as they start to hear a slither, as Naruto says, "This is the dark spear. It's like you'll see the spirits of both our bays fighting, but this also gives off a dark presence of, well, as all of a sudden Naruto moves his feet as water, it's the sound of water, as everyone's wondering what the, as basically they see Dark Wolf, as they don't see Orochi, but then all of a sudden Dark Wolf basically moves because of Doji tells him find him and destroy him basically, with Dark Howl, his special move. As then all of a sudden you see one head, and then you see another, then another, and then another. You see basically, I think 8 heads. So yeah, as they were in shock by this, as then he goes, now face my true power with this bay, my poison Orochi, finish him. As basically all the water around them starts to going up into the air as they see it, as it's covered in a purple greenish aura. As basically Doji goes like, what the? As basically when it clams down onto Dark Wolf, it does like fracture the bay. It does break. Not like break. It's like it does like crack to the point where if he uses it again, it would break. And basically he did like make an explosion somewhat. So it was like very like they didn't know how to, as well, as everything does starts, the whole entire building does start to shake, as the whole entire crystals do start falling down, as then Phoenix does come, hits hits the crystals out of the way, gets Naruto, and as Naruto calls back Orochi as he flies back in Naruto's hand, he also gets Kenta and Hiyomo out of the way, and the mask does get hit and break basically. So yeah, so then Jinga comes and he goes, "Father," and well, we know the whole entire story of how Jinga's father survived and was healed, and even after saving you and everything, and yeah. So after that, after learning about the history of Beyblade and the El Drago, but then he also he looks at Naruto by saying, "You changed something within them both." I never thought that was even possible for that to ever happen. You clashed with them and fought them to a standstill, which only Pegasus was supposed to. How is that even possible? He goes, "That's for me to know, you never to find out." Well, as Naruto does look at Kurama, Biju Kurama, and he goes, "Besides, my bay does have a new look to it." So, as they go, "Wait, what?" As they never notice it, and then he holds up Biju Kurama, as it has like 6 metal small balls in like its fusion wheel. As they go, what did that happen? He goes, "Don't know, don't care, just came." So yeah, as Naruto leaves the room, and then Kyoya's fight is gonna happen, but it's gonna happen during that night. No, after the night. I think yeah. So, yep. No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen 2 hours after the entire talk. So, yeah. Anyways, Naruto goes out and goes on a train. Ryuga's there just watching as Naruto says Shidori, as he goes basically Kurama spinning fast, and he goes like, "Not even close. Spin faster. Go faster." As basically Kurama's moving faster and faster and faster. As then it looks like he's copying Jinga's move, Stormbringer, whatever. As then all of a sudden there's like a gust of wind going up, and he was like, "That's it, keep going." As basically the whole entire it looks like the wind going up, there's like nothing there, but the wind's pressure pushing something up, As he goes, storm release! As boom, like all of a sudden there's like a storm cloud above them, and he goes like, he combined wind and the lightning to make storm release with a bay. As then all of a sudden, he goes, now, as he basically says, Naruto thinks if I can go even further, use the lightning to create a new move. He goes, that'll be too much right now. He goes, Kurama, come back. As Kurama stops the move, and comes back, and he goes, how was that, Kurama? And he goes, well, the bay was moving 10 times faster. So, we were pretty much good on it. We mastered the Shidori. That's cool. Now we just have to create another move called, well, what we had at the first time for our first special move, before we changed it to Kitsune's Wrath. Did you read anything about the folklore of, the Nine Tails here? He goes, yeah, they're supposed to have blue flames. As Kurama says, then how about we make, blue flames then? As he goes, huh? Launch the bay again. And he goes, right. As he basically launches Biju Kurama, as then he goes, alright then, fire style. Fire, not eruption, but fire armor, basically. As it covers Biju, as it covers Kurama, the Biju Kurama, as he goes, now, spin as fast as you can, and don't stop. As basically, he just starts spinning, starts spinning really fast, to the point where there's like a flicker of blue flames. He goes, alright, almost there, keep going. Again, basically then, well, as all of a sudden, the flames start to go blue. I say, well, that's it. It goes, now, Fox, fire! As then, all of a sudden, when it goes right into the center, and it stops, there's like a big burst of fire eruption in all directions. As he goes, whoa, that's amazing. As Ryuga does clap, it says, pretty impressive, Naruto. Creating two new special moves in one day. So the first one you can call it Shidori, then transfer it over into a storm. So how about you call it, well, Storm Strike or something? I don't know. As Ryuga just says, and Naruto just laughs. He goes, yeah, I'll think of something for it instead of storm release. As basically, they just chat for a little bit. Again, a rivalry on, but also like having like this friendship rivalry, basically. They're willing to talk to each other and see how each other are doing. Heck, even getting pointers, but that's it. So yeah. So he says, say, we can't battle since you have a fight with Kyoya tomorrow. You better be prepared. He didn't want to, well, take anything lightly. As Kyoya nods, it says, I'll give him my best shot. And so, everything goes to canon with the fight. With also Doji again, like his power absorbed. Yeah, so basically what happens, though, is Kyoya does push, El Drago and Ryuga to the limit, because they're just using their power alone. El Drago says we're gonna have to work together for this one. Ryu goes, alright then, El Drago! As El Drago then goes into Ryu's, basically, the power of El Drago is going into Ryu's body, like in canon, but with this time, it's not like veins are popping out and his eyes are red. His eyes are glowing, and that is it. As Kyo goes, what the? As he goes, you have brought out, basically they both are saying, you brought us out to use this. But you can't even bring out our true power unlike Naruto could. But we want to give you the best respect that we could. So, we'll strike you down with one shot. As then he does use his special move. Kyoya use, lion tearing fang dance, and they basically have the clash, and it does happen again with Kyoya losing and him getting his power stolen a little bit, but not by much. And yeah, so everything from there goes still to canon, as they're just as basically Jinga questioning himself, as Naruto just says, look, you can't question yourself because of what Yuga said. Battle Blazers we all knew it was supposed to help him out with his power, but he may have changed already. As he goes, how can you be certain? He goes like, Jinga, just because you technically have a grudge against him doesn't mean he's not a blader. All bladers can change. We all can enjoy one thing, the battle. You just have to let your emotions not take over you all the time when it comes to some stuff. And think about the bigger picture. Alright? As, Jinga does calm down a little bit, and he goes, sorry about that. He goes, no problem. Anyways. I'm gonna go to bed, guys. See ya. Yeah. So, Jinga does go to bed. Ryuga does have the special playing field out for them, and yeah. So, everything from that goes similar. And Naruto's there cheering, on. Ryuga does get taken over by El Draco, seemingly to everyone else. The entire thing of him faking it is happening. He's just faking it. And, yeah. So, Pegasus does win. Same way like in canon. He used Nova Nova Star Blast attack. And he used like Ultimate Destruction. So yeah. Ryuga uses his special move Dark move Ultimate Destruction. And Jinga uses Nova Galaxy Star Blast attack. And yep. Ryuga loses, and when both Jinga and Ryuga were fallen, Naruto has Kurama come out, and he launches Kurama, and then he tells Kurama to transform. As all 9 tails appear around Kurama, as all of a sudden, boom, 9-tailed fox comes out. Catches Jinga and Ryuga with both of his tails. With 2 of his tails basically let him down as Pegasus flies down to Jinga, as Kurama just then disappears. Well, what I mean by the big giant fox disappears, as then Kurama's just spinning as he jumps right all the way back up to Naruto as he just catches his bay, as everyone's just shocked and Naruto just smiling. He goes, good job, Kurama. Thanks. And then he puts away his bay. Jinga's father goes like, what the freak? Just what the hell? He does say that, what the hell. But, and he goes, what? You never saw a big giant fox? I mean, you all do know I did have a fox sealed inside of me, right? I did tell you guys that. I mean, how can you not remember? Jeez. And he just walks away. As well, still, we thought you were just lying. He says, some people say, as Kenta, he goes, I believed you, but still, kind of, is that what he looks like? Kurama? He goes, yep. Believe it or not, he's just a big softy sometimes. As Kurama just comes out of nowhere and just says, hey, I'm not a softy. And when Naruto goes, yeah, whatever. And yeah, so that was freaky. That was freaking them out a little bit. Hikaru, Tsubasa, and Kyoya do wake up. So yeah. And so, everything goes similar. Pegasus does disappear. Jinga's, saying there, he's the Bay tournament, the Bay Battle tournament champion, and he's the best around. But Jinga knows that if Naruto competed, he would have won. But Doji did disqualify him, so yeah. As everyone congratulates him, and well, that's it. Basically, he gives the same speech like in canon, and says let it rip. Basically, and jumps up in the air, and then so what happens then is, well, I think 2 or a year pass, Hikaru and Naruto, let's just say, they start battling each other, hanging around. They travel some areas, they always come back to where the city, where their friends are. He battles with Kenta, getting stronger and such, and yeah. So I'm gonna have to watch the next episodes of, watch the very first episode of Metal Master, but that's gonna be when I, am done with work or tomorrow. All right, everyone. Hope you guys can understand. This is not a long one, but yeah. So that's how it is. Kurama has a new form. Naruto has a new bay, and it's just gonna keep on getting better from here. More power, more evolution of Kurama, and well, if you're wondering about Ryuga does do what he does like he does in canon and master the dark power to then unlock the true, El Drago's abilities. So yeah. So anyways, bye everyone. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.